Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to episode 14 of RogueCast, your dedicated Rogue Company podcast and one-stop shop for all the latest news, exclusive interviews and clips of the week. This episode will be something slightly different. I'll of course share with you the latest news and clip of the week coming out of the community, but instead of the interview, due to some scheduling and internet issues on my part, there is no guest. I will instead be sharing with you my plans for this series going forward into season 2 and what we'll bring from it in the new year. For now though, I am your host Radthar. Let's get into the RogueCast. Now going over the news this week, we'll start with a brand new map that was shown to be added and should be coming in the next major update for Rogue Company. We do not have a confirmed name for this map yet, but it looks like something with some sort of plane carrier, very Halo-ish in my opinion, and does look kind of like the tutorial map in itself. We don't have a lot of details, just this image that I've shown you, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this brings. I like when they add new maps, I like the diversity, and we'll see how it goes. Continuing with things that will be added in the next update, you have the changes and balancing changes, or at least some of them, that have been shown to us from the latest This Week in Rogue Company video. There's a few changes to the economy system across some of the game modes. Now this is actually a really big point for me. My second ever video made on this channel for Rogue Company was breaking down the economy system, and I highlighted some issues with it that are now finally being addressed, namely the fact that assists give you $1,000 or 1,000 form of their currency in demolition, which it really shouldn't. It should only be 500, and they're finally addressing this, which I think is great. The adjustments to the economy system breaks down as follows. Assists now grant $500 rather than the 1,000 they used to in all game modes. In demolition and extraction exclusively, downs now count as $1,000 rather than the 500 they were before, due to the heavy nature of that one life system, they say. And then in extraction, the hacking and the counter-hacking of the objective will now grant the player $500 as well. There will also be a few small rogue changes coming into that update as well. No idea of any new rogues being added yet. We hope so. Bulwark should be the newest rogue to be added at some point, with a few little teasers on her, but nothing concrete for me to give you at the moment. But in terms of the rogues we have now and the changes that we should be looking for, there will be a phantom change to help counter Fixer. Now, Phantom Smoke Grenade, the Nano Smoke, will not be able to be seen through by Fixer. This is actually a really big counter and offers a little bit more choice over which sniper you want to use and the counterplay options available because of it. The other rogue balancing change that we see coming out is to Dima, and is actually a buff to Dima's Merv launcher to increase the close and large radius of the explosions themselves. I think this is a really good change. What I've noticed is that using Dima ult, especially at the higher levels, you don't really hit anything even if you have great placement, because it's so easy to move out of the blast radius. Now it requires a little bit more reaction time for people to get out of it because of the increased radius. They have to move further quicker. Now the last thing I want to talk about coming up in the next major release of Rogue Company is going to be the PC aim assist nerf to controller players. This should not affect you console players, and I've spoken to Scott Gandy over Twitter about it to get a bit more information about exactly why this is happening. And he says, from looking at the data, from looking at the statistics, PC controller players are overperforming compared to console players. Now, you would kind of expect this due to the hardware, but he says the aim assist is a lot stronger due to that frame rate increase and due to the rendering and refresh rate of it all. They say they want to balance this, obviously, for a cross-platform game so that all people have a fairly fair integration with each other. Now, this is very much up for debate whether that is the right call in itself, or whether we should be punishing PC players for just having a better software, better hardware, and just paying the money for that. That really is up for debate. Personally, I have to kind of see what the aim assist change is. Then the final thing I want to touch on is the new store rotation very quickly, and the one particular skin that I have been calling for since the start of this game, and it is the Kyoto Undercover Ronin skin. And this is essentially a very traditional Japanese theater-looking skin for Ronin. Personally, I would have preferred the more kimono samurai aspect of it, but I don't mind that they went for the theatrical aspect. I think it's a really, really nice skin. I think the community is really happy with this skin. Now we're just waiting on the Dahlia skin, and I can't wait for this. I want it to be absolutely amazing. Dahlia is a fantastic rogue with so many options you could go skin-wise, and I hope they really do it justice for the first release of her skin. That's it for the news now, guys. Now, we just said we don't have an interview due to some scheduling issues and some internet issues on my part. If you saw my tweet, I said my internet was down for a really large chunk of time when my interview was scheduled to take place. Really inconvenient, but I am hoping to get that guest on coming forward. But instead, I'm going to share with you where I see this series going, where I want it to go, and how I see it developing from such a passion project of mine to a really good piece of content for you. I don't want this to be too long, but I just want to start a little bit at the roots of why I wanted to create this podcast. Firstly, I love the podcast format. I've always loved it. I think it's so great to just sit and listen to people talk, whether it be about a specific topic or just about things in general. I just love hearing people talk and discuss, debate, and just get to know bigger communities through the podcast format. I love having guests on. I love sharing the communities with them. And for Rogue Company and RogueCast, that is what this was bred to be. If you've noticed, it's never a promotion for my content until like the very end where I say, hey, if you want to see more from me, come check me out. It's always been about the guest when I have these interviews. It's always been about the community, building, sharing communities, and representing content creators or members of the community or personalities that are positive, that want good for Rogue Company, and are just have something about them that is worth watching and that I feel like is worth promoting. That's kind of what RogueCast was born out of, was this love for podcasts and this passion for Rogue Company blended into one. And that kind of created RogueCast, sharing the communities, building up the communities, and just giving you guys content that you can sit and listen to on a Sunday, on a Saturday, whenever it is, in the car, just playing it, listening to it, and just enjoying hearing what the latest news is in Rogue Company and what other people's perspectives are on the game currently. Season 1, though, has been a really big feeler and really tester for me for how I want this series to go and where I want this podcast to lead to. Of course, the Rogue Company content with the guides and the gameplays is my main content, but this is still a passion project for me and something that I absolutely love to produce for you guys, and it's something I want to keep as a staple on this channel for every Saturday for you guys. My plan going forward for Season 2 is that there'll be 3 more episodes of RogueCast before we take our break before Season 2. That means the last episode should air around the 19th of December. That'll be the last RogueCast date, just before the Christmas break, and it won't start up again until the 16th of January. That is when Season 2 will kick off, and I have really big plans for the series from that point. Most of the core content will remain the same going into Season 2. You'll still see the news recap, you'll still see the interviews, you'll still see the clip of the week. And there may be a few additional features that we'll work into there, but I won't spoil them just yet. You may see some teasers leading up into Season 2, but we'll see. I definitely want to bring back some more of the Q&A format. I thought that was a really good episode and help bring you guys into the discussion, into the conversation of RogueCast. There'll be really big graphical changes, a massive up in production, so that you guys get a really nice experience when you're watching these. Of course, this was just my put together of some of the graphics. I've now hired someone to do it properly for me, and I've seen their work before. They're going to do an amazing job, I'm sure, and I think you'll really enjoy the upgrading visual quality that was asked for on episode 1. I remember a comment specifically saying, this series is really good. I really can't wait to see where this goes. I think you need to up the production value a little bit more. And I said, Season 2, that is the plan, and that is the plan. Going into January 16th, that episode, and the teasers leading up to it, big graphical changes for you guys, so you get a very nice visual experience. I'm going to fix the logo. I'm going to fix so many things that I think you guys will really enjoy. You'll still see guest interviews with members of the community, maybe some recurring ones from Season 1 who were really popular and shared some good opinions that we want to get back on. Maybe we'll see some developers come on. That is the goal at the end of the day. Definitely to get some developers on here so you can see their perspective from the game building side of things. I want to get as many guests on, as many members of the community on who are positive and share good vibes and have a lot of knowledge to share with you. That is the goal for RogueCast. That's what this podcast is all about. I'm also going to try and look into getting it done as a audio format as well on different platforms such as Spotify and other ones. I have some friends who do a podcast as well who do have their things on those platforms. So I'll talk to them about getting it as an audio platform as well. So you can listen to it in the car, so you can listen to it as you're going about, and you don't necessarily have to watch the YouTube video format every single time. That's the plan though, guys, and I want all your suggestions down in the comments. I want to know what you like about this series, what you don't like about this series, what you would change, and what you want to see from it going into Season 2. It's a really big passion project for mine, as I keep saying. I love it so much, and the fact you guys are so on board with it and so engaged with it, the ones who like to watch this, you guys are the reason I'm doing it. So please let me know what you want to see from this series as we move into Season 2. Now though, we're going to move on to the clip of the week, and this one comes from Cletus on Twitter and Twitch. From scrolling through the Rogue Replay section, I saw him come up a lot here playing Anvil, and he seems like a really good player, so we'll see what he's able to pull off in this clip. Okay, so we're in round 7, just on switching sides. The team is 2 to 4 down. All his teammates go down in that one spot to the pistols. Shield goes down, he's going to go for the revive. It's a 1v4 currently. He needs to pull off something. Throws the C4, ignoring his teammates, blows up 2 with the C4. What a great play there, bringing down the odds slightly better into his favor. Holding for a revive. does get the revive off, but the Lancer floats round, gets him down immediately. Now it's a punching battle, does get him down 84 health. The Demon's there, shots are missing. The Demon's just swinging wildly, no melee hitting. Pistol, 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 and he gets the shot down, going for the defuse to win the game. Don't even worry about reviving your teammates. Who needs the extra money when you've got a 4-piece win? Okay then guys, it's going to take us to the end of RogueCast, and if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more from me, I post daily educational Rogue Company content to help you guys improve a Rogue Company. All the links you need are down in the description below guys, but for now I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.